Good morning, Scott, Hoosier Marshall, here for another video from Northeast Indiana. It's been a while, a couple of weeks since I've actually sat down in front of the camera to make a video, mainly because I just haven't had much to talk about, haven't had much to make a decent video about, so I just didn't sit down to make a video. Saturday morning, the weather outside is hazy, cloudy. It's probably in the, I didn't even look, low 60s right now. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. And I think it's going to be that way most of the day. Yesterday was the same way. I think, yeah, we're getting the after effects of the Canadian wildfires and what that's causing with the weather. So there's not going to be any sunshine and rainbows here today. I haven't had a lot going on, so I just haven't made a video. This past week at work was the longest week that could ever be, because we're leaving Monday to take off on a trip. I think I told you guys we're loading our ATVs on a trailer and going to northern Michigan and spending a week up there and riding all the trails. And we rented a cabin, and we're not going to be that far from Lake Michigan. And we're just going to get away and have some fun and enjoy ourselves. And I guess my wife didn't realize that where we will be in the riding our ATVs through the woods on the trails, that there are actually bear in the woods up there. And when I told her that, she seemed kind of surprised. And I told her I'm not really worried about it, because all I have to be able to do is run faster than her. The only problem is she's almost 10 years younger than me and probably in better shape, and she could probably outrun me. So I might be fucked on that one. So we rented a cabin in the small area called Walhalla, Michigan. It's on Route 10 between Baldwin and Ludington, Michigan. And there are ATV trails all over the place. There's like several trails that are 40, 50 miles long. It's a really popular destination for that. In the wintertime, the trails are used for snowmobiles, and obviously they're busy with that time of the year with that. But it shouldn't be too bad, because we'll be there through the week. When most people are working. So we shouldn't have much of a problem with, heavy traffic or anything like that. It's the same when we go to these different ATV parks. We usually get there, on a weekday, and there's not many people there. A lot of times you have the whole place to yourself, and you can not have to worry about traffic or people doing dumb stuff. But we're looking forward to getting away. We just hope it doesn't rain. And ruin the whole trip. Because I'll tell you what, this past week here, the weather's been just shit. It's rain, misty, ugly. Or, if it's not raining, the wind's blowing 40 miles an hour. We have not even taken the boat out to go fishing, because it's either been raining or the wind is blowing so hard that you don't want to be on the lake. It's no fun fishing in heavy winds. It's just you can't make your you can't keep your boat where you want to keep it, and it's just a battle. So I don't even try. I've learned to just stay home because you just end up being pissed off. You know, you're trying to anchor your boat and fish for panfish, and the wind's blowing so strong that you make a few casts, and before you know it, you're halfway across the lake because the wind pushed you there. Or if you're trying to bass fish and you're trying to use your trolling motor to troll around, you're constantly fighting the wind to keep your boat going in the direction you want it to go. And it's easier just to stay home and wait for nice weather. I plan to get back out to the range and make some videos out there, but the weather hasn't cooperated enough to be out there. We out there actually shooting and making a video. I was out there the other day and noticed that I need to take a weed eater out there and do some trimming. It's looking a little neglected, but I'll get it done. Boy, why does coffee go so well with a pipe in the morning? This is an awesome combination right here. Uh, so how do you drink your coffee? I drink mine just black. When I was younger, I didn't even like coffee. I suppose like most young people, I didn't even like it. When I went into the profession I'm in now and had to, you know, obviously you're a young new guy, so you're working the nights. Um, I started drinking coffee just because I knew, it had a bunch of caffeine in it. And I'm sorry, but back then there wasn't Red Bull and Monster and all these energy drinks you have now. If you wanted caffeine, you pretty much drank a buttload of coffee. Um, but I drank it with cream and sugar and all that stuff in it. And, obviously being a diabetic now, you can't do that. So, but even before I was, diagnosed as being a diabetic, I just kind of cut that out of my coffee and slowly went to black coffee. And to me, there's really no other way to drink it. I don't really very often drink the fancy coffees from Starbucks or places like that. Every once in a while, the wife will want to grab a coffee from one of those places, and I'll get one to go along with her. But normally, she'll order one of those drinks, and I just order a black coffee. There's a I don't think they're a national company, but around here there's a coffee shop called Five Lakes Coffee. It used to be Great Lakes, but some other business that had Great Lakes in their name threatened to sue them, so they went from being Great Lakes Coffee to Five Lakes Coffee. Um, they have a brew called Angry Brew that's super high caffeine. Um, and if you're a coffee drinker and you like to have a lot of caffeine, I'm sure you can order that on the internet. Just look up Five Lakes Coffee and order it. Um, it's a you can buy it. You can buy it in bags in bulk. You can buy it in beans and grind it yourself. But it comes the bag it comes in. Has like a fist on it. It's like coffee with a punch or something like that on there. And yeah, it's coffee with a punch. Let me tell you, I haven't had any of it in a while. It's about time to go buy some. But anyway, like I said, the weather here has been just really shitty, rainy, misty, ugly, and we're leaving for this trip. I wanted to get my yard mowed because, weather like that is perfect for making your grass grow. It was yesterday. I got home from work and it was just kind of misty outside, and I thought, well, screw it. I want to get the grass mowed now, so I did. And you know, the typically when you mow with your grass is a little wet, you get those clumpy clippings. But so I don't like the way the yard looks right now, but I'll mow again Sunday night. Uh, so the one last mowing before we take off and are gone for 4 days, so I don't come back and have to hire a farmer to mow, rake, and bale hay in my yard. So other than that, I don't really have much that I guess I want to say. Oh yeah, I'm going to break out the old vertical smoker today and smoke some baby back ribs. And man, they always turn out amazing. I I have this garlic jalapeno rub um, that I put on them, and then you know you take your ribs. I'll have to make a video. I don't know if I'll do it this time, but take your ribs and rub mustard on them, and then sprinkle your rub on that. Um, Put them in the smoker, let them cook away, and when they're actually up to the temperature where they're done, you pull them off and put them in foil with some whatever barbecue sauce you like. Wrap them in foil with that sauce. Put them back on the smoker for like a half hour. Let them smoke a little more in that sauce. Pull them off, and oh, they're amazing. Absolutely amazing. There's so many things you can do if you have a smoker. I have a. Well, let's see if I can show you this Pit Boss right there. I think I've had it in a video before. Um, I like that smoker for doing certain things, but definitely ribs, even wings. I made wings in that Pit Boss last week, and they were smoked. They had a good smoke flavor. Um, the seasoning and everything we had on them was good, but I didn't like the way that smoker uh, made the texture of the skin on the wings. Um, the vertical smoker is much better for that kind of stuff, but both of them have their place. But it takes about 4 hours to smoke the ribs, so probably about, yeah, she gets home about a quarter after 6, so probably about 2 o'clock. I'll have the smoker out, fired up with some ribs on there, smoking away. They're awesome, let me tell you. Oh yeah, one last thing for I got me a new pair of dudes. Hey dudes, I'm telling you what, for summertime shoes, these things are awesome. They're not worth a shit in the winter. They're sort of a canvas material, um, but they're so nice. Uh, Summertime with a pair of shorts on, just slip your feet in and out of these things, and when they're new, they're rather comfortable. As they get older, the soles kind of wear out, and if you get yourself a pair of these, or if you have a pair, you know what I'm talking about. But what awesome summertime shoe. But um, what I wanted to show you, those of you like Uncle Willie, Will Bill, look what's inside Bigfoot the Squatch. Hey, dude. But seriously, get yourself a pair of these. They're nice. They'll last you. I get like a summer out of them. Depends on what I'm doing or going on with them, but it's so nice to have a pair of shoes like that. You can just slip your feet in and out of and go, and they're breathable. Um, and you know, I guess the days of wearing sandals like my dad and things like that are over. I'm not much on wearing, you know, slides or flip flops. Um, Flip flops drive me nuts. I didn't wear those forever. I tried for a few summers, you know, wearing flip flops. It drove me nuts to have that thing between my toes and have my shoe flapping up back and forth on my foot like that, and that wasn't for me. So most of the time, I just wore socks and tennis shoes. But get yourself a pair of dudes. Well, it's like 8:30 in the morning now, and some idiot just went riding by my house on a Harley. Not that that makes him an idiot. What makes him an idiot is 8:30 in the morning, and it's like 60 degrees, and it's misty, dewy, crappy, rainy. But he must have been enjoying himself because I could hear his Harley and his music blaring. So more power to him, because I'm not getting my Harley out and shit like this. All right, I guess we'll wrap it up here. So until my next video, I'm glad you got to see me. No, till my next video, always take the time to tell those you love what they truly mean to you, because you never know when it just may be too late. Thanks for watching.